This is Hino's Sport, bringing you that heat and that fire. There's no Canelo Alvarez hate. For what? See, this is the stuff that I'm talking about. This is what we call Rudy Poo and Plum brainisms. This is what we call dodo headisms. This is what we call classic dodo and troglodytisms. This is what we call ultra fanboy with the ultra fanboy rhetoric isms. Why do I need to hate on Canelo Alvarez? He doesn't dominate my mind. That's what beta boys do. True alphas, we have too much stuff going around for a fighter, let alone a Canelo, Alva PEDs or Alva Peds, or a Canelo, or a CowardNelo to be dawning in our minds. What happened is we revealed, we took, the blinders off of your eyes. We took the wolf off of your eye and we revealed this CowardNelo for what he is. If you knew your natural instinct was that you were not going to stay at 175, why go there in the first place? See, this was a move that he made strategically and systematically and tactically to duck Jermall Charlo and Demetrius Andrade. The folks have to see this for what it is. If Jermall Charlo's a tune-up, why not fight him? If Demetrius Andrade's a tune-up, why not fight him? See, this is the stuff that we're talking about here as fight fans. This is what's dividing the sport. Reverse bias detractors, aka panderers. I done told you guys about pandering narratives. Once they hit the ceiling cap, you see the ceiling? They gotta come tumbling down. Where else can they go? It's not infinite because it's already founded upon shaky ground. And not only is founded upon shaky ground, the narrative itself is not on the lines of truth. It's in erroneous ways. Because there's what we call the cold-hearted, unadulterated, cutthroat truths and coming in truth-telling fashion. And then there's what we call errors and lies. It's really that simple, folks. Canelo Alvarez done sold you guys lies. He sold you rehydration clause lies. He sold you catch weight clause lies. He sold you paid to lose or super paid to lose on steroids lies. He showed you Clean Bluterol, Mr. Clean, gotta cheat, gotta be basically an enhanced version of myself, like I'm channeling Captain America so that I can fight these opponents. I told you, when you see somebody bouncing up and down the weight classes from 160 to 175, how you fought in a weight class you never fought at, but you stronger than the guy that's been fighting at that weight class? Does that make any sense to you guys? You brain full of mush and you brainwash followers. You dodo heads, you Rudy Poo and you plum brains, you classic dotes and you troglodytes. How does that make sense to you? People are not thinking. They're not using what we call the true boxing eye test. Because if you're using that, you could see the smoke and mirrors associated with Canelo. You could see the smoke and mirrors associated with CowardNelo. You could see the smoke and mirrors associated with Canelo, Alva Peds, or Alva PEDs. Why do you think boxing fans are torn and they can't respect this man's boxing resume? Because they know there's gifts after gifts after gifts, controversies after controversies after controversies, judges' decisions after erroneous judges' decisions after erroneous judges' decisions. When you fight Floyd Mayweather and got washed the way that you did and a split decision was rendered, that should tell you nobody else had a chance. If Floyd Mayweather couldn't get a complete wash on this guy's resume to stain it the way it should have been at its truest and its most properest levels, how can anybody else measure up? So when you have Eddie Reynoso back on November 21st and Canelo Alvarez back on November 21st says that Jermall Charlo is a great fighter and a fight of that magnitude will be great for boxing, it tells me everything that I need to know. That Canelo, CowardNelo, or Canelo, Alva PEDs or Peds was ducking that free smoke, ducking that fade from Jermall Charlo. It's really that simple, folks. Y'all gotta start putting 2 and 2 together. And 2 plus 2 doesn't equal 5. It equals 4. Let me say it again. 2 plus 2 does not equal 5. It equals 4. It's really that simple, folks. You gotta look at the smoke and mirrors associated with this man's boxing career. Floyd Mayweather got robbed of a split decision. Erislandy Lara got robbed of their only sole fight. Austin Trout should have been a fight that was ran back because of the controversy associated with it. The first Triple G fight, Triple G got robbed, and there's an argument that he won the second fight and got robbed. I mean, come on. How many robberies has to happen? Danny Jacobs all of a sudden gets allergic to boxing and forgets how to box when he fights Canelo Alvarez. Does that make any sense to you? Does that make any sense to you? To make Andre Rozier have to sit there and clown this guy every round. What are you doing? What are you doing? He goes into the orthodox stance, lands beautiful combinations on Canelo Alvarez. Then he goes right back into southpaw stance as if his boxing brain didn't help him to say, oh snap, that combination in the orthodox worked against him. That was paid to lose. How you go into a fight, the Jumbotron already tells you. And the 4 division weight champion in 4 division weight classes before the fight is rendered. Super paid to lose on steroids. When you have a guy like Sergey Kovalev come out and say, I had no choice, but I had to take that fight on short notice. It was impossible for me to win. Come on, put 2 and 2 together. So this is not Canelo hate. It's Canelo truth telling. Let me say it again. It's not Canelo hate. It's Canelo truth telling. Because we have to tell the lies. We have to reveal the lies about the Canelo by our truths. We have to reveal the lies about CowardNelo with our truths. We have to reveal the lies about Canelo Alva PEDs with our truth. Because that's how you come in cold-hearted, unadulterated, cutthroat, truth-telling fashion. The truth hurts, but it will set you free. Let me say it again. The truth hurts, but it will set you free. If boxing fans are being honest with themselves, they could see that this guy falls in line with their narration. See, panderers like certain boxers because these boxers are panderers in the ring. Woo. What I said was so deep and profound. This one needs to be marinated in the corpus callosum and in the cerebellum. So hear me and hear me well. Panderers, the pandering narrative coalition, only go with fighters that fit their narrative. You know why? Because these guys are panderers in the ring. When you pick and choose your opponents because you know they're wounded animals or cherry pickers or guys that you can dictate the terms on how the fight is going to play out, this speaks to he knows his sport. Bringing you that what? That heat and that fire. And keeping the foot on the what? On the next. And keeping the foot on the what? On the next. About boxing being what? A 3-pronged monster. Economics, politics, and then pugilism. Pugilism is not even first. Because the economics has to be ironed out first. Meaning, everybody got to get them dollars. Because like my boy Tom Ross say, if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. Let me say it again. Like my boy Tom Ross say, if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. And then you got to worry about the politics. What is the politics? The networks, the promotions. All of that got to get figured out. And then they give you the product, which is boxing. Boxing's last. So this narrative on, let's just keep it boxing. That's a one-trick pony archaic viewpoint. Let me say it again. It's a one-trick pony archaic viewpoint. And if you think like that, that just tells me you're a one-trick pony, a dodo head, a brain full of mush and a brainwashed follower, a classic dodo and a troglodyte, an ultra fanboy with the ultra fanboy rhetoric. So when we talk about Canelo Alvarez, you could tell when a fighter is authentic because everyone will universally say the fighter is great, whether they like the fighter or not. When you look at Floyd Mayweather, everyone got no choice but to admit his greatness. Everyone got no choice but to admit Earl the Truth Spence greatness. But when you look at Canelo Alvarez, there's a lot of holes to poke at. Because his boxing career, his boxing resume has holes to poke at. When you accept the WBC French fry belt, that tells me you're a French fry fighter. Let me say it again. When you accept a WBC French fry belt, that means you're a French fry fighter. So this is not Canelo hate. It's called Canelo truth telling. This is He Knows the Sport. Checking out.